Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Phil from Drops of Hope Ministries. Today's topic is going to be why do we need to keep Jesus the focus of our holiday season? So, that is our word today from Drops of Hope Ministries. All right, why is it important that we keep Jesus our focus, especially during the holiday season? Well, the main thing is that we're going to look at today, we're going to look at John chapter 1. And the reason that Christ is and should be the focus of the holiday season is because Christ is God. The holiday season, thus far, because it has gotten so commercialized, has become just about gift giving and trying to make it and trying to get the best deal on Black Friday. And unfortunately, it has been the message of Christmas and the fact that Christ is the Lord is lost with the messaging of Santa Claus and getting up our Christmas tree and putting elves on the shelf and all of those things. We forget the fact that Jesus is God. And it's because of Jesus that we are celebrating. You ever hear the term Jesus is the reason for the season? Well, that's true. It's because Jesus himself is God. So in John chapter 1, even starting in verse 1, it says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was fully God. And the Word was with God in the beginning. All things were created by him, and apart from him, not one thing was created that has been created." So that shows us the importance and the reason that Jesus is God. Because in the beginning, Christ was with God. Because there's many that argue that, well, Jesus isn't really, he's just a special guy. There's many religions that believe that Jesus was a created being, that God created Jesus, but the scripture clearly tells us, and more specifically in this verse, in the beginning was the Word. The Word there is Christ. The Word it's referring to is Jesus, because the Word came down from heaven and the Word is Jesus. So the reference here, it's showing that Christ was deity. He was deity, meaning God. From the beginning of time, he was with God during the creation. So this is a passage that helps show us not only the deity of Christ, but you can also see that this is another verse in a link to the Godhead or to the Trinity. So in this passage, it's loaded with content that shows not only the deity of Christ and the Godhead. So it's important for us to differentiate all of these things. We need to make sure that we are putting everything in its proper place. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 tells us that for everything there is a season. For there's a time to mourn, there's a time to celebrate, there's a time to plant, there's a time to harvest. So everything is supposed to be in its proper place, and we need to put Jesus in his proper place within the holiday season. And unfortunately, that's not happening with even many of us Christians today, because we go on and we totally forget during the holiday season because we're so busy with holiday shopping. We're so busy with trying to figure out what the lists are. And I'm not criticizing, because I do this too. So I want to make sure that we are all on the same page, and we make sure that we put Christ at the center, because that's where he belongs, is that Jesus belongs in the center of the gospel. And most definitely, he is the center, or at least he should be the center of the celebrating of his own birth. So, my brothers, my sisters, be blessed. This is Phil Fox, Drops of Hope Ministries. Be blessed.